Hey, what's up, guys? Jason here. Just want to hop on and just share some updates on just results from being sober. Um, it's crazy to think I haven't even had like 100% complete sobriety for even 3 years yet. August will be like 3 years complete sobriety from every substance. Um, it feels like longer. It really does. But really in the big picture, I'm still like fresh and like young on my recovery and like sober journey. um when I think about it that way, it's just crazy how much more growth and development is going to occur, just living that free and sober life, being clean. So anyways, like up until now, it's about a little over 2.5 years, complete sobriety, and some things that have changed. My mood, emotions are super stable. Like things don't like get me like off my rocker, if you will. Like before, like one little thing like tip me over and just lose my emotions. Definitely more patient. Don't get angry as much, as easy. And when I do get angry, it's so much easier to let it go, right? Anger before, um, was definitely more of an issue when I was using. Like, I would just get pissed off easier and stay pissed longer. Um, so I've just became more chill, more mellow. And it's so weird, especially with weed. Is like so many times we think like weed just chills us out, like like takes all your anger and worries away. But really, like it made me more of an angry person, like overall, like throughout my day. Like yeah, it's one thing if you're smoking at the moment, you're not gonna be too angry at that current moment, or maybe the next hour when you're high. But like overall, like I really struggled with anger, man. Really struggled with some relationship issues because like I just wasn't balanced emotionally, and I would take things out on other people, um you know that did not, people that did not deserve that, because of what I'm going through. I remember one day getting so fighting with my dad so much, like arguing at him, yelling at him. And I had this anger that I told him, like, I don't even know where it's coming from and I can't control it. And I think that was from, that wasn't really, that was from weed, but also I was like trying to like quit Suboxone. So, anyways, mood a lot better. Gosh, there's so much to cover in just that area of mood, but definitely like coping skills have developed better. Instead of relying on a drug or a substance to deal with situations in life or to use them to give me motivation to do things in life, um, I now deal with problems, deal with things naturally, and cope healthfully. Um, Also, yeah, like more motivation, more drive to do things. I'm back in the gym. Um, I lost all, like, I was doing martial arts for like a few years, and I lost all my drive, all my motivation, and all my money to even pay for my membership for the gym. And now I'm back in there, and I've been in there for, I'd say over 2 years now, back in the gym. Praise God for that, man. And just have my drive, my motivation back. My health has definitely improved. I was just super stressed. Like when I was taking the kratom, I had like adrenal fatigue. I had like thyroid issues. Super like low energy. My hair was falling out. Um, Crazy stuff. Um, and another thing too is that even through multiple whatever addictions it was, like I had this like fear over me, you know, and I don't have any of that anymore. Like this, it was a weird, like heavy, dark presence of fear that was just in my life. And um, yeah, another thing too is like, especially with the weed, I'm not paranoid, like just going outside of my house and walking down the street, like I have a lot more confidence in myself and just in my presence and different situations and conversations, people, places, wherever I go. Like I just feel more confident in who I am, and I also am getting a better understanding in who I am. When I first got sober, I was just like trying to figure out who the heck am I really? Like who even am I? I had all different versions of me: the high on weed Jason, the drunk Jason, the kratom Jason, the Jason on opiates, whatever. Like it felt like I just had different versions of myself depending on whatever drug I was using. And now it's good to like be grounded, be settled, and really step into that person that God created me to be. Um, what else, guys? Man, it's just so much to cover. Um, I was single for years. Just dealing with my addiction, and even when I really got serious about my addiction, and like actually got sober, I'm like, I'm not dating for a year. I'm gonna just work on my recovery, because that's one thing we could do is like have like um, codependency issues. Okay, so we're not leaning on this drug, but now we're gonna lean on this person, lean on this relationship to kind of give you fulfillment rather than working just on yourself and your recovery and just letting God just kind of just clean things up, instead of bringing another person into your mess, if you will. So I eventually met my girlfriend, got engaged, and now I'm married. Yesterday was 4 months of marriage already, and it's crazy, guys. Like I would have never expected that I'd be married already. And especially to the woman that I'm married to, man, she's amazing, and I would have never been able to marry her or even like be together with her if I was still in my addiction, man. Like she wouldn't have been interested, you know what I mean? And she knows everything about my past, and she's accepted me, of course. And so that's another beautiful thing. I've paid off 2 credit cards, paid off my car. I moved 2 different times, and now I'm in the nicest apartment I've been in. Super, super blessed. It has a pool, has a garage, whatever, exercise room. Bunch of cool stuff here. Still got my cat, Pepper. Say hi, Pepper. But yeah, yeah, those are, geez, man, just quality of relationships have changed as well. Like relationship with my dad, my dad and I, we used to just argue all the time, and like I kind of like realized like how like stubborn and like prideful I was. And um I'm not saying my dad's perfect, but like I would be like offended easier, and man, once I got free, like I was able to like see my dad in a different way, and not like this lens, because I was looking at my dad through a different lens, like looking for things like, oh, he's trying to piss me off, or he's trying to say this to get me mad and make me react. And now I'm not thinking in those manipulative, distorted ways. My job, man, I mean, I was working this job, it's probably been about 4 or 5 years now. And I just barely got this job, man. I was just struggling, and definitely a blessing from God that I got this job, but it was a struggle. I was definitely not performing in the best that I could during my addictions, and now like I'm more stronger. Like I do a very physical job, so I'm more stronger. I'm more focused on my body and its functions. And before I would be like so numb, like taking painkillers, Percocets, and kratom, and getting high all day. I'm smoking weed or edibles, vape pens, and So it's just kind of like numbing my body all day, and then like I would have tremendous like soreness and like injure myself a lot because I wasn't really feeling like all the proper nerve firings, from my body because I was numbing them. And so it was actually like hurting myself. And um, like pain is a good thing, right? Like it's a signal to tell us, hey, something's wrong, And so when you're numbing those pain signals, like you're hurting yourself, like not only physically but mentally as well. I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but yeah, definitely as well. Um, so yeah, before I move on about that, the pain in the body. Now I'm like more in tune with my body, um, even with what I'm eating, and I'm eating more cleaner. I'm not desiring like the garbage food that I used to eat. Because even like kratom, like weed, of course, you get the munchies. Want to eat just whatever, like salty, sugary, fatty, snacks. And even kratom though, and sometimes on painkillers, I would get munchies as well. And you don't really crave healthy food. You crave trash. So I definitely like giving my body better fuel, more in tune with my body. Um, and I just feel like I'm more in tune with God. Like I feel definitely so much. I don't just feel, but I am so much closer to God. Because when you're doing all this stuff, you're creating interference in your mind and your thinking. Your brain gets clouded, your mind gets clouded, and you just can't hear or think straight. And now I just feel like since that has been removed, um, it's made room for God's presence to reside in me, His Spirit to reside in me, and I just feel more in tune with God, with His presence and His voice, and what His purpose and calling is for my life. I still have a lot of questions. I'm still learning and growing so much, but I'm just really thankful for my relationship with God and this place where I'm at right now. And even though I have so much more to grow and so much more to learn, that I'm in the right place. I'm on the right track. And I'm also, my vision towards the future is getting so much more like farther out. Before my addiction, I'd just be so closed-minded. I'll just look at the day ahead of me. Like I just want to feel good. I just want to get high today. That's it. Get me through the day. And now I'm looking out. I got retirement funds set back up because I blew it all. I blew like 30 grand supporting my addiction, and now I got that set back up, thankfully, almost to the amount that I had that in before. So I'm bouncing back with that. Gosh, I'm just like all over the place. I know, like I'm just trying to just kind of like just pour out my mind to you guys and just give you encouragement on the things that happen, the life that blossoms through us when we get sober and free and live for God and not for ourselves anymore. Another thing too is, yeah, like I can love better. I feel like I'm more over myself. I was so like selfish and all about me. Like that's what addiction is. It's just selfishness. You just care more about you, and instead of really thinking about those around you or those that you can help and benefit and bless through just your existence and the things you do and just the way you love and impact people. Like I wasn't even making a difference in anyone's life before. So yeah, just being able to think farther out in the future, making different moves, like decisions based further on the future. Thankfully to my wife, we're budgeting now. Like, I was super sloppy with my money before, just buying random things, not even thinking of it. Now I'm really like watching, like where my money's going, like because I want to have more of it. I want to save more of it. I want to be able to not have to work until I'm 80, 70 years old, whatever. What else, guys? I know this video is getting long, but yeah, I mean, just so much, guys. Just feel more healthy, feel more alive, feel more thankful. I truly do feel blessed. I really do. And obviously, as you guys know, like, I have this YouTube channel, and not only this YouTube channel, but other people that I come across in life, like being able to help them, being able to help others get free. You know, I was never helping anyone get free when I was in my addictions. You know, because you can't give somebody something you don't have. You know, you can't help someone do something that you never did. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, guys, I mean, there's definitely a lot more. I mean, I could go on for a long time, but we'll just leave it at that. I hope you guys got something out of it. Man, I just appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. And if you guys have anything that has helped you, or anything positive changes you've noticed since you got sober, or if you need help, you know, just reach out, comment. I'd love to help you guys. And yeah, so anyways, you guys have a blessed week. I love you. God bless.